Today we traveled to the Traverse des Sioux Treaty History Site to take a hike around the paths in the area. We took Trail A, which is about 1.8 miles, and took us just under an hour to complete. It's a relatively flat trail that runs along the Minnesota River in one of its more water-dependent areas. At times the trail can be entirely flooded out, and at others you could walk on the river floor because it's reduced to such a small volume. Ensure you check ahead at the current conditions of the river before you take this hike, so you know what to expect. The trail starts from the historical building parking lot and heads off by the road that heads towards the river. There's a trail that follows the edge of the woods. This is where Trail A starts. The trail follows along the tree line, and there is a periodic opening to the right that you could potentially see wildlife depending on the time of day. The trail is a dirt path that is fairly wide and continues along the river. Given the river's propensity for flooding, it shouldn't be a surprise that along the river the trail runs along the highest point by the tree line to allow it to be slightly more accessible during the season. The path eventually crosses a dirt road, and this can be utilized to kind of shortcut back to the parking lot. Or if you don't mind the additional distance, trails can be used to make a more roundabout way back to the parking lot. But we had a schedule to keep and chose to walk along the road back to the parking lot. The trail itself is along 169, and although you are off in the woods, for a good distance of the trail the droning of trucks hurrying supplies up and down 169 can be heard quite clearly. Eventually, as you come closer to the river and deeper into the woods, the droning fades away. My favorite part of this trail is something it shares with a lot of trails along the Minnesota River: the trees. The trees on this trail are old, gnarled, and just fascinating to look at. A lot of these trees down by the river are still here because the land floods and wasn't worth developing. It is also a factor that these old, large, gnarled trees help contain the flooding, and if they were removed, the erosion and damage from the floods could expand. That being said, they're my favorite because of the ancient, gnarly, and unique appearance it feels like nearly every tree on this trail has. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you're interested in local trails like this, hit the subscribe button and follow us as we travel across the country and discover small local trails.